Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I'm going to be using a resist technique with some inks today. But since I was at this point where I was trying to clean off the edges of my plate, I thought I would show you, because some people might not know this. So I tried using the tape. So I've tried lifting it with paint and paper. I mean, I didn't leave it for a long time, but you know, I was impatient. And I tried using the tape, which, I don't know, maybe this tape sucks, I don't know. So, but it's still not coming off. So all you do then is you just use your finger and just pull that stuff off. It'll come off. Oop, there we go. Because it's pretty thick, those edge bits here. So that's all you have to do. As long as you're not using anything sharp on it, you just kind of, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I just use my thumb and just push it off to the side, and it comes off pretty easy. I'm like, I don't know why the tape wasn't getting it off, but you know, that's all right. And then I'll go with the tape to get off like the little bits that are left. Some of it doesn't come off as easy. You can take a wet cloth or a baby wipe and just wipe that down. Also, when you use the oil to condition your plate, which I'm not sure if this one needs to be conditioned or not, that helps get off all the last little bits as well. Right now it's sticking in my finger. So anyway, so hi guys, how are you doing today? I hope everybody is well. I almost forgot to change my shirt because I went out today, so I was wearing what I call my outside shirts. Right now I'm like kind of like between sizes, or I've gone down a size. So all the larger shirts are, so now I can tell which ones will be my outside shirts and which ones will be, you know, my going out shirts, going out in public shirts, and which ones will end up being paint shirts. Because the larger ones, you know, I like to be comfortable at home, so I don't mind the larger shirts being the ones I paint with, and then the smaller size that I started buying will be the ones I go out in public with. So, you know, they're not quite so baggy, and there's some thick paint on the edges here. I don't know why that one wouldn't pick up. But, you know, we'll try it now that there's like some edge. Because I think part of the problem, if there's like no edge for the paint, for the tape to pull, no, it's still not really pulling a lot. It's pulling more than it was though. So ideally, that's what will happen when you try to clean it off. Unless you've left it on there for like a really long time, like I have. And then you have to come in with your muscle, with your finger muscles, and just pull it off of there. You can't really, as long as you're not digging your nails, I don't think a nail is going to do anything, but, or digging actual nails into it, or really sharp objects. You can't, just pinching it's not going to ruin it. So this is my 9x12 plate, and I decided to use this one because I do have quite a few stencils that are 9x12, so it would be just a little bit easier for me for what I'm doing today with this resist technique. Alright, and then I use some tape to get off any of the little bits. I'm not too concerned about the bits. So, I mean, this was what I picked up after I had done several resists, and I just picked up what was left on the plate. But it's got the colors. That's when I cleaned the plate originally. So what I've been doing, and you can see it more on the first ones because I had other colors on there, is just using white paint and putting it on the papers. And I will do a couple with you. I've got several already done, but I will do a couple with you. And so far I've used the Oriental Lattice, Bloopy Loops, the Daisies, and the drops, something drops. And I'm going to grab out another stencil. This one actually is an 8x10, even though it's not cut down, but this part is the 8x10. But that's okay. This is the Art Deco floor tiles, I think is what they're called. No, vintage floor tiles. Except for it's not, no, that's not the, it's one of the floor tiles by Eddie. You can look up. Eddie's got some good repeating pattern stencils. So I've been taking the paint and putting it on there, and then, well, usually I have a blank one, but blank piece of paper over here, but right now I don't, so I'm just gonna get off what I can off of that stencil. Don't leave it too long. And then here I'm taking my, because these are going to be for little golden books, I've got my legal size paper, and I'm just kind of doing one end, doing the other end, and that way the stencil kind of goes all the way across. There's a little bit of blankness in the middle, which is fine with me. And then I can just kind of pick up what's left with one of these pickups, sprayer offs, whatever. And I'm doing quick pulls, so you know that's subtle, but it adds interest to that particular piece. And then I'm just leaving that right there and going to the next one, which I think I'll do these cherry blossoms. This one was it used to be peas. She got it nice and thick with paint, and now I get to have it. I don't remember if it was in my, I don't remember, but it was a gifted stencil, but I think it will work nicely as well for a little, especially if it's a little bent. That's okay. There's a way to do that, to fix the bent pieces like that. I think you just, I forget. Mariah has a short on how to fix it. Okay, here's another issue. I've got extra built up paint in here. Maybe not. Maybe that's bent over too. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I am going to put this one over here and use, yeah, it was a bent up piece. That's what that was. Glad I didn't tug on it. We'll find out what stayed after when we put the inks on. And then kind of go on this side, go on this side, try not to overlap if I can help it. And I know you can't see, you will when we put the ink on. Don't stack your wet stencils with your wet paper, you'll regret that. And then I'll pick up whatever I can on this. Use my Baron. I have my other Baron out, but you know, for the camera I like to use my nice Baron, my pretty Baron. If I'm not on camera, I don't know, I can still use my pretty Baron. There's just one's a little bigger than the other, that's all. And this one doesn't have a thing. But eventually I got myself one with a thing, because why not? Alright, let me pick up, I don't know that much picked up on that, but it'll be something. I can always pick something up on the other side. And I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Did I write down what this one was? No. Oh, I did. Sashiko Circles. I don't have the papers for all of them. And then I'm just, you can put the paint down and then put the stencil down. I've just decided to do it this way, because then I don't have to, because I'm not using tissue, so it's a little harder to get down in the apertures or orifices of the stencil with the paper. So if I do it this way, then I get a nice, clean, fairly clean design on the plate to pick up. Careful, 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 careful. Just turn that over. This one dries faster on the stencil, which is why I do the stencil first. Make sure you pull it up, because it will stick to the paper and ruin your, well, then you have to like clean the paper off your stencil and whatnot. Then I lift it and then I do the right side and kind of see through and see kind of where it meets in the middle a little bit. And let's see, pick up what's left on here. Well, pick up what I can on here. I've done this with gesso. I've done it with paint. You don't have to use white paint. I mean, you can use any color paint. And then when you do the inks, it's just gonna resist where the paint is, the inks are. So I think now we can get to, no, let me do the Unraveling Pansies. Unraveling Pansies mask, 9x12. It's a fun one. It'll be pretty. Trust me, it'll be pretty. So this is a resist technique that I like to do with the Distress inks or whatever inks I've got. It's inks, usually distress inks or acrylic inks. I mean, really, I can mix and match and play with the inks. If you don't have a gel plate, you could potentially just, you know, use your sponge or stencil brush and go put the paint through the stencil and do it that way. So this is a technique. I'm using the gel plate because it's easier and faster, but you could do it without. I know it doesn't look like much, but it will once the inks are on there. But this is how I extend a 12-inch stencil to a 14-inch piece of paper. I just kind of do the two ends, because when it's folded in half, only one side's going to show at a time. And then I can just put something on here to pick it up later. I don't think I've done pink today. Oh, that's kind of a loosey-goosey pink. I don't know. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Get my tape out of the way. It is a little bit on the loosey-goosey-ish side. Take off whatever that is. More of a light salmon-y pink. And I will just put a piece of paper on that. And actually, that'll show through. Put a piece on there. I've got some music page, which covers most of it. More than one paper there. And I will leave that to dry. And then for the ink, I could just keep this like this and have my inks right on here. I just need to pull them out. You'd think that'd be easy. It is. I just have to have a stronger left hand. Alright, here's my inks. I know there's some lavenders. Kitsch Flamingo would probably be good. I'm using, this is for the Imagine Journal Little Golden Book, which has a lot of pastel type colors. But I will probably also spray some, I don't know what I'll do. Speckled egg could work. Wild honey, maybe. Maybe some bundled sage. Probably not a really, when I had some empty bottles, and so I saved the sprayers because these sprayers work decently, and I have some of these where the sprayers, finish that wild honey first, do not work. So there's that. Wood, just looking for my scattered straw is yellow. That'll be a good one. That's kind of dark. That's kind of bright. Mustard seed. No, I think I'd rather have the scattered straw. Crushed olive, maybe a little bit. A little bit of crushed. I'm not going to do any browns. Finish this crushed olive first. Salvage patina. I hope I bought a new one. I think I bought a new one. I don't know. Yeah, I've been replacing some of my stains, milled lavender, because I've been using them, you know, I've used them. I use them. Maybe a little Lost Shadow for a little bit of something different. Alright. And I will need a spray bottle, which I found at some point. I don't know where it is now. Now the sprays I'm using are mostly it's the spray stains. I don't have as many oxides in the sprays. Most of my oxides are in the pad, so I'll be doing a little bit of both today. The Salvage Patina is new, so I'm just going to put that down and spray, and it's just, I think these are all dry. I don't have to necessarily go back to the bottom, I don't think. That's really super subtle, but I'll add more. I'm just gonna, actually this is why I like this is Salvage Patina too. I can go ahead and wet it first, which will make this, which is almost gone. Actually, since this is almost gone, we'll just go ahead and pour some on there, spray it. And this is a 24-pound paper, so the ink goes through it nicely, which will be good when it comes to you know, it'll be both double-sided. It's not so thick that the paint won't go through. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of lilac on there, maybe. A little bit of water. Spread. Oh, crumbs. What did I do? Oh, I locked it, I think. Did I just break the... This thing's in my way. I'm going to cut that off. I think that's just for... Did I lock it? I did. I locked it. Okay. I was like, all I did was lock it. Nothing worse than that. I could even come from the back. Have it be a little bit more. It'll take a while to dry. But that's okay. Do I want any other... I feel so dark. It feels dark. Because it's sunny. Whenever it's sunny out. But you see how you can see the stencil now? Pretty clear. You know, the stencil doesn't take the ink the way the paper does. So it resists it. And so you get that really cool design. Not as much on the back. It might when it dries. We'll see. Alright. And I'm going to spray it. If you don't want it to curl up, you just spray both sides. And then it should curl up less while you're playing and working on it. Supposedly. Supposedly, milled lavender. Oh good, that one works. Ooh, that one will be, this spray's weird. But it sprays. With a little bit of, that's not weird at all. I mean, it'll probably be fine in the book because it's got these colors, so. Let's spray a little bit of, where am I? Speckled egg. Just kind of stay on this side of the, whatchamacallit. So this one has a lot more paint because it was the inside of the mask. So it picked up the stenciled part. So that's really cool. Looks cool on the back. Just put that over there to dry in a second when I get some more of that green picked up. This is why I like the sprays better. They're faster and easier to work with, quite honestly. And usually I will get impatient and I will just use my heat gun to dry them. That's usually what will end up happening. A little bit of blue, a little bit of Kitsch Flamingo, which has a more all over spray to it, which is nice. A little water, let it spread a little bit more. And if I want some more spray on the back, I can just, it will come through eventually, but let's see how that, oh, there's some on the back here too. What is this, milled lavender? Milled lavender that sprays weird. Probably you don't have to use as much as I'm using. So this one has a different resist on each side. I did not do that with any of the others. We'll have to see how that comes out. Might be pretty cool. Alright. This has a little bit of blue to it already, so I might just go with more pink. Pink and yellow, maybe? Where's the scattered straw? I definitely use my inks. I buy them at a shop on Etsy. I will try to remember to put the link down below. You can watch for them to go on sale. I mean, you can get them at Ranger and Etsy as well. I mean, and Amazon as well. But I tend to use that shop for whatever reason. Let's see, do I want any more on that? What if I do a little bit of Lost Shadow? Just, whoops, that's a little darker than I thought it was going to be. Darkens it up a little bit, grunges it up. Not really going for grunge. Just kind of breaks up the, I think it'll look cool. Do I want to do, I think that'll be fine. Just as it is there. Just kind of looking for places to dry these. I might not be able to find them all when it's all said and done. I might miss a few here and there. Alright, that one doesn't have much to it, so we'll do this one. It'll be more fun to see. So this one I didn't even wet first. I just went ahead in with the sprays. I think that was bundled sage and scattered straw. Maybe spray it, let it spread and move into each other. Ooh, you can see a little bit of the stencils masking on the other side. That's cool. That's going to get a little more bent than I want. Okay, moving that one. And next we have a dirty one. It's not a clean. What if I take, just rub that on there and then spray it? I don't know. I can never seem to get it go as far as I want it to, doing it the other way. So I thought, well, I'm going to try one more time. My camera keeps turning off. I just deleted a couple things, but it's not saying that I'm running out of storage. It's just turning off after a few minutes. Did after 20 minutes the first time, but like way less the second time. I don't know. I have to figure out. I don't know. That's not good. I mean, I bought that camera specifically for the purpose of making videos for YouTube. That's why I bought that video camera. I would have bought a much cheaper camera if I wasn't making videos. So, you know, for it to give me issues, if I'm not, I mean, if I'm running out of space, well, then that makes sense. But if I'm not, I really like the seedless preserves. I think I want to get that in the ink. I don't know why. Alright, I don't know if you guys heard this before or not, because I don't know if I was recording that part. But originally I bought these oxides by mistake. I thought I was getting the inks because I didn't know about oxides at the time. I was just like, yay, big inks. But that's not what they were. And I got them home and I'm like, why are they chalky? And it's because they weren't what I thought they were. Alright, little speckled egg. With, I don't know, more seedless preserves, because I'm just really liking this seedless preserves. And just kind of, maybe even just kind of get around the edges with it. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't have to be the edges. It could be anywhere, everywhere, all over. I think I like doing this, this with the ink. These I don't like as much. I like the sprays better because it's faster and more funner. Although the oxides, I prefer the look of these than the sprays for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what's different. But I have like re-inkers too of like all the stuff. But I like the randomness of it, I think is what I was starting to say, and then did not finish my thought. I like the randomness of it. I'm not too worried about this end because it's gonna get about an inch is gonna get cut off, so I'm not too concerned about that. My bloopy loops aren't really showing super duper well though. Where's Faded Jeans? Is darker. There we go. Is that Faded Jeans? Yeah. Darker blue maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. There we go. Still have some of that seedless preserve showing, and then I spray it so it'll spread a little bit more, and then I will heat. I'm impatient, so I will probably heat dry these and then come back and show them to you. Okay, running out of space for all the things. Alright, still recording, so that's good. Now I'm like super stressed out about that. And you could do different colors, or you could just do like each page a different color. Like that works too. This is old. That was scattered straw. This is old paper. Alright, old paper is one that does not work. So let's grab one of our extra sprayers and switch that out. You can buy replacement sprayers, but I figure if I'm gonna use up some of these, then I might as well. This is like a really light pale, barely there kind of a green, the old paper. Just adds a little bit of something to the thing, and then some of that blue, because why not? And now you can see the bloopy loops more. You'll see more when it's dry too. And this bloopy loop you'll see even more because it's the inside of the stencil. Bloopy loops. Shaded lilac. I like that with the scattered, well, do a little milled lavender maybe. I don't, oh yeah, that's pretty. That'll be cool. and spray. And maybe even just blot it a little bit, and then it does that. Then you get kind of you get a design on there too, which is kind of cool. So those colors colored the white paint a little bit more, but you still see where the stencil is. You still get that resist, which is what this is all about. It's all about that resist. All right, I'm going to use the fried marigold and honey. I haven't used any wild honey yet. Wild honey is a little bit more orange, and it's almost gone, but that's okay because I have another one, and some scattered straw. And I'm gonna spray it and take the other side of this one and blot it, because why not? This one, oh, that's why that's so dark, because this was the stencil lines. Is where the resist is going to happen on that one, and this one is the middle, the petals. Any more, darling? I think this is my last one. Okay, we're still recording. Gone through quite a lot of water. I filled it up right before I started. Anything here I haven't used? I didn't use a lot of the green, I don't think. Except for these are the flowers. So I probably want to do Kitsch Flamingo would be good. With some crushed olive, why not? That would be fun. Alright, I'm gonna dry these real quick, and real quick, however long it takes, and then I'll be back. So here are the results. Oh, we got a lot of sun coming in today, so not much I can do about that. I've got the curtains as thick as I can. Yeah, this is not great light for this, but you'll see these again once they're in the journals or the kits. I've got 2 journals that these will be split between that have these more pastel-y kind of colors. Oh, I should be showing you the backs too, because the backs are usually also. Here are the results of what I made. This one was just a pick up from, or a brayer off sheet, or a pick up from when I was cleaning off the gel plate. And my light is not great right now, so there's a lot of, I don't know what that light is coming through. I've got the curtains closed as much as I can, but you know, there's still some dappled light. I almost wonder if it would be better just to not have it be dappled and just have it be, nope, that's worse. That's worse. Ooh, it does help me see where the light's coming in though. There, is that a little bit better? No, but anyway, yeah. And these, the plan is to use them in some little Golden Book journals that have similar colors. And so I've got the Fairyland Rhymes of Just Imagine is one of them, and the other one is Easter Precious Moments. So I'm going to show you these really quick here, and then I'm going to, off screen, I'm going to cut them down and add them to the journals, and then I'll show you how they look cut down with the little Golden Book pages. One of them, the reason I pick the legal size paper is because generally when I'm making a little Golden Book, I'm using the full pages, except the Just Imagine ones, I don't need them quite as long because I've cut that one down because the cover had damage to it, so I'm going to be making it a shorter cover than I usually do. And I think this is just one that just had a little bit where I was just kind of dabbing up stuff, and I need to get myself some Seedless Preserve spray ink because I don't have that. And then when I cut them, because they're too long to cut this way, so I fold them first, and then I cut them the height that I need, which is just under 8 inches. It's just under 8 inches. So I cut off like a 3/4 of an inch pretty much. And then I'll decide which one. Oh, and this was also a pickup cleanup from the whatchamacallit, from the gel plate, thank you. And it's going to be a little short, but the colors are perfect for this journal. You can see right here how well that this is going to go in this journal with the blues and the lilac and whatnot. All right, so I'm going to cut these down and then I'll be back to show you. All right, I've got them all cut down so that you can see what they'll look like in a journal. They're actually just going with this as a kit. This is the Wonder of Easter, so this is actually going to be a kit. But, you know, this is what they look like if you were to put them in this order. They can go any order because they're not going to be sewn in. It's just going to be, and there'll be extra pages people can put in as well. But I really like the pastels with, like, I'd probably, that and that don't necessarily, I don't know, see if there's another purple one that works better. I don't know. But, you know, but it still works. It doesn't have to be all perfectly matchy-matchy. Or you can put another paper in between, like some graph paper or whatever. So this is what they look like in the Precious Moments journal. And I just kind of alternated the pages with that. But they're just going to go in the kit. This is part of a kit. And I took the cover apart and I went ahead and put the paper tape on there because it sturdies it, and I couldn't find it at the Dollar Tree, so that way whoever buys the kit doesn't have to go looking for it. And then, like I said, this one is a shorter, and I've lost one of the pages. I don't know how, but somehow I have lost one of the pages in this book. It's the one with the squirrel on it. I can tell you exactly which page it is, and it has just disappeared. It's the next page after this. It's just disappeared. It's the one that has something about the, I don't know, the shoe or whatever. And then on the other side would be like the squirrel, the fall poem. And then if you remember, we connected some of these to make more pages and whatnot. Yeah, the shoe's too tight, Floyd is missing. Macaroni. Wait, my name is Macaroni. Oh yeah, wait. It's this page, but shouldn't there be... Oh, that's macaroni. That's why. Okay. I was like, where's the picture for that one? It's in the next signature. And that's a gel plate print, but I just like the colors of the dragon. And then on here, that's the only green one I could find. It's not exactly the same green, but it's alright. It'll still work. This has got some yellows and blues and whatnot in it. Oops. But this is what I liked, is I liked those two pages together. And sometimes that's what it is. I just want certain pages together. So that's how this one is looking so far. I might add a third signature because I have all these extra pages that I've cut size for this. So this one may end up being 3 signatures. We'll see. And I just cut off the piece on the end. So this one's going to be a shorter book than the other ones. And that's it. And I just kind of keep them in a plastic bag until I'm ready to work on them some more. I really do want to finish that Bambi one. Unless I can just send it as a kit. I don't know. Because right now it's all kitted up, ready to go. Just needs a piece of board. Actually, it's got the second cover in there, so that could actually work as a board. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I think I might just send this as a kit as well. So I've got several kits happening with the little golden book. Just need to get mailed off for the live sale with Cheryl at the Whole Bucket, which will be in March. Okay, I hope you guys all have a delightful day. Love you.